And by Friday, all was right with the world again, and they skipped merrily down the aisle into the Sunset Studios. Welcome, everyone, to a brand new Village Vice. He is Zach Blackerby. I'm Brad Law, and we're glad that you're watching. Today's show is brought to you by MyBookie.ag. 50% deposit bonus up to $1,000 and a $10 casino chip. All you have to do, go to MyBookie.ag and use promo code BARN, and you get all of that from our friends at MyBookie. So, as we ended yesterday's episode, we get the news that Auburn has flipped Penn State quarterback commitment, who sounds like he's a member of the Gotham City crime family. And I'll tell you, a four-star guy who doesn't even have to come to your campus and has glowing things to say about your program. That's not a bad way to like ease toward the weekend, if you ask me.
No, I mean, especially with, all the implications and questions about the state of, how things are going around Auburn in the recruiting front. It's like, okay, yeah, this is just a gift that fell from the sky. Like, goodness gracious. There's so many Penn State folks that are saying, and maybe negative Auburn folks that are saying, well, Penn State has another quarterback in their class. They wanted this kid to play tight end. The credible Penn State people that I've talked to have asked around, and they say, no, they wanted this guy in the class. I think Auburn saw an opportunity where, like, hey, this guy, like, the days of having two elite quarterbacks in the same class, I think, are gone for this very reason. I think Hugh Freeze saw some low-hanging fruit, and I think kind of capitalized on it.
One of the top 20 quarterbacks in the country, pretty much in everyone's regard. And you're like, well, all right, when it comes to quarterback, do you need a top 5? Do you need a top 20? Like, you can't go get the 68th best quarterback in the country and expect to have a top program. But you go get a guy who's also not going to, like, we talked about this with the offensive lineman and his commitment earlier this week. He's not a guy you're expecting to play until 28.
Yeah.
A quarterback that's not on campus right now, when's the earliest you expect him to play? Probably not before. I mean, not 26, probably not 27. So you're probably looking at 28 at best.
Yeah.
So, yeah, to go and pull a guy like this who you don't even need to see the field for another 2 years plus, that's a good thing.
I mean, that's the Auburn point of view on it, right? I guess the point of view from Foul Zone is he aware of that? Like, is he aware of the write-up on him and the assumption on him is he's a few years away from being a potential starter in a power conference? You hope so.
Yeah.
You hope so, but that was kind of the moniker around Walker White and Hank Brown, and they didn't stick around. Was it for similar reasons? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, he knows Deuce Knight's on the roster. He's aware of it. He knows that Deuce Knight is the presumed guy after Jackson Arnold.
Yeah.
You assume. I mean, you got to assume that. If not, I've got other questions about the kid. So, like, that, I mean, he seems like a bright kid. So, to me, I think the biggest question is, like, is he aware that he's seen and being recruited as a project, high upside, low risk, and we'll see what happens.
And what's the likelihood? This is maybe a bigger picture quarterback question. As you look at quarterback recruiting, we talk about this at every position now. Do you recruit quarterbacks now the same way you did 10 years ago?
I don't know if you recruit anybody now the way you did 10 years ago. Right.
Right.
Is that your point?
Biggest, yeah,
the point? Okay.
That is the point. But I think maybe at quarterback, it's more at quarterback than at other positions. Because you're going to go get, if you're going to be in a battle for a top, say, 3 quarterback in every class, well, not only are you going to need to show a situation where there's potential playing time or competition for playing time.
Right.
But there's also an NIL valuation that's different on those guys at the very top of the quarterback class. You're not doing that every single year. That's poor roster management if you're doing that every single year, because the guy's going to come in and he's not going to play and he's going to have opportunities to go elsewhere, and you'll have just paid him top 3 quarterback dollars to not play. I just don't think you manage your roster that way moving forward.
Yeah, right. And I mean, you can say that about a lot of positions, but obviously quarterback, there's only one starting quarterback. And so it just definitely amplifies it even more. So, 100% agree with you, Brad Law. Great point, as always. You don't care if it's Monday, Tuesday, Friday. You're going to make great points no matter what day it is.
I try. I'm the GPM, the great point man. And it's different, and it is right. I mean, you make the great point. You can do it at receiver because you can put 4 of those on the field at the same time.
Sure.
You can do it with an offensive lineman. You got 2 tackles. You got 2 guards. You only got 1 center, but still. You can do it at edge, which is the other sort of highest value position, because you can rotate those guys throughout the game. You only do it with one. Or
you can have packages where you put multiple on the field. Or a lot of the top guys at edge are top guys because they also can play defensive end.
That's right.
Yep.
All right, we're 63 days away from the season opener.
Okay.
Which is quick. We're at the end of June. I feel like this June has gone by faster. I don't know if others feel the same way. Do you feel that way? Like we're already at 63 days to kick off? They're going slower to you, faster to you?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, maybe a little faster. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sure.
But I can't do 63 days away from kick because there's no 63 on the blessed roster.
Okay, so what are you about to do?
All right, we have 9 weeks until kickoff.
Okay.
9 weeks. We are Deuce Knight and Elijah Melendez weeks to kick.
Who plays more snaps this year? Deuce Knight or Elijah Melendez?
That is why this show works, because that is the question I was going to ask you.
I think it's Elijah Melendez.
I think it's Elijah Melendez by a lot. And if you rephrase the question, who has the bigger impact on the team this year, does that change the answer? So let's just go into both. What do you expect from both number 9s this year?
I expect glimpses from Deuce Knight and moments that make you feel really excited about the future. Melendez, similar, but I think is in the 2 deep and in the rotation at linebacker by the end of the season.
Is he in the rotation game 1? Does he see snaps against Baylor?
Yes, he plays against Baylor.
Yeah. All right. So you say 2 deep right away.
Yeah.
6 feet, 231.
And will hit the stew out of you.
Yeah. Very physical.
Violent.
His brother is on the team too. I don't know that I was aware of that until
What's his brother's
recently.
name?
Antonio. Antonio is a year older and wears number 45. Also transferred in.
Where did he transfer from?
I don't know. I can't find. I can't find it. It's not just listed on the Auburn bio, and a simple search elsewhere, and I can't find it.
Huh?
Yeah, but
I didn't know that either.
Potentially one of those situations where, look, we've got a spot. He is also a linebacker, so he adds a little depth to that room. I don't know how much Antonio gets on the field, but now you've got the brothers that are together on campus. That's win-win.
Really cool. Yeah, I did not know that.
Yep.
Did not know that.
I think Melendez plays more snaps than Knight. And I think one of the big questions that fans want to know is Deuce going to see the field when a game is in the balance? Is it the P word? Is there a package?
I hope not. I mean, is Deuce Knight a better athlete than Jackson Arnold? Yes. But this was my issue, with the whole Peyton and Robbie thing, where is Robbie a better athlete than Peyton? Yes, but let's don't act like Peyton was bad with his feet. And I think he still made you have to do other things as a defender to cover.
Yeah.
Jackson is a solid runner and a very, very good athlete. I don't know what you get out of that.
I think the question is,
I hate packages for backup quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Let them run it. If you want to put them in, if you think they're worthy of putting them in, let them have a drive and run the normal offense with them.
Right.
You're not helping anybody by saying, hey, we're going to put you in to run a QB sweep or a QB counter or a QB whatever.
Yeah.
That's not helping anybody.
Yeah, just run the Wildcat with a running back.
No, don't do that either. Quarterbacks need to take the starting quarterback needs to take the snap.
Uh-huh. How many times did Tom Brady not take the snap in those great Patriots dynasty teams of the past?
I can remember. So during that Wildcat era, I was I mean, I was a kid. I was a child.
Sure.
It was a bad take. But I'm like, man, I wish we had a Wildcat. And I remember one play that was either against the Bills or the Dolphins, but Brady might have been hurt. It might have been the Matt Castle year where Kevin Falk took the direct snap.
Yeah.
And I was so excited. And then it was like, I think it was a rush for 0 yards.
Like I
can't remember another time where he did the whole, like, they did the fake direct snap to James White once.
Yeah.
That may have been in the Super Bowl. But that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Nope. Yeah. If you have a quarterback you believe in, let him take the snap every play. That's not a crazy thing.
No, I don't think that's an outlandish take. Although, I mean, I think depending on what you have, like there were some Wildcat success stories with Gus at OC and as head coach. Like Booby freaking Whitlow could run the dang Wildcat with a lot of success.
Quarterback with Whitlow? Was that Stidham?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Stidham, you don't want Stidham running the ball. That's fine. That at least there's an argument for.
Yeah, Stidham ran the ball fine. He could run the ball fine.
Okay.
Ronnie Brown in the NFL with the Dolphins ran it great.
He's the one who started it, right?
Mario Fannin at Auburn ran it great with Gus as OC.
When Mario Fannin did it, who was the quarterback?
It's
Chris Todd, right?
Chris Todd.
Okay.
Or Cody.
Makes a little more sense. Running a Wildcat if Cody is your starting quarterback is dumb. That would make no sense.
Yeah. Cody came in to run the Wildcat sometime when Cam was the quarterback.
Yeah. I know he threw it to him. Did that happen a lot? I remember the pass to Cam.
Didn't happen
a lot, though. Yeah.
No, it didn't happen a lot.
I'm very anti all of this.
I could tell.
Especially, I mean, if you don't have an athletic quarterback, I get the argument a little bit.
Yeah.
But we do have quarterbacks that can run it.
All right. Before we go further, I want you to tell people about Roback. I have another point to make relative to this discussion, though, after you tell everybody about Roback.
If you're a fan of the direct snap to other positions, the only thing that can save you is looking good wearing Roback. That's the only thing that can save you. RHOBACK.com. Use promo code VICE20 for 20% off your order. They've got all the polos, all the quarter zips, all the performance hoodies, all of it. Roback.com. Use promo code VICE20.
I don't think your offense is very different, whether it's Jackson Arnold or Deuce Knight. Do you agree or disagree with that? Like the guys are not doing, it's not an entirely different skill set because Jackson runs the ball fine. Deuce throws the ball fine. Like it's not Peyton Thorne and Robbie Ashford where Robbie's coming in and he's going to try to use his legs and run a sweep. You're not running a sweep with Peyton.
From a physical limitation standpoint, I agree. From a mental processing standpoint of an offense, I don't know. That's kind of the big question on Deuce is how quickly can he mentally get ready for this level of football?
So maybe it's a little more called play and a little less
which I don't know if Hugh Freeze is going to do. I don't know if he's going to do that. I think that might be the big question of like, I mean, sounds like they've got a pass and a run attached to every play, even in obvious run situations. So I don't know.
Okay. Is number 9 the best double number combo on the Auburn team?
No.
I don't know that it is.
It's not.
Okay. What's the best?
Is there one better than 23 with Jay Crawford and Jeremiah Cobb?
Potentially.
That's
see.
the one that came to mind first. Give me other candidates.
All right, other candidates, 15, which is Keldrick Falk and Preston Howard. But Keldrick's power alone wearing 15.
That carries it for sure.
Let's see. Jamonte Waller and Jackson Arnold are both 11.
Need to see it.
Okay.
For Waller.
Now, I'll tell you, it's going to be tough to beat 8. I think it's going to be tough. It's tough to top number 8. Caleb Harris and Cam Coleman.
That's a good one.
That's tough. Bryce Kane and DeMarcus Riddick are 6. Malcolm Simmons and Kayan Lee at 4.
It's a good one, too.
That's pretty
it's not
good.
Better than 8, but it's a good one.
Chris Murray and Perry Thompson are 3. Number 1's pretty strong, too. Champ Anthony and Eric Singleton.
We got some good ones. The answer is 8, though. You're right.
Those single number double ups are pretty potent. Everybody loves the single digit, don't they?
How do you feel about everyone loving the single digit jersey numbers?
I don't like it. This has been well documented. I'm trying not to just continue to pummel that dead horse.
Okay.
But I'm gonna. I mean, we're 9 weeks. We still got 9 weeks, which means we still got like 4 or 5 weeks until practices start. So
sure.
I've got a
few weeks away from media days.
Yeah. I think you know what? I'll bargain with everybody. We'll barter. Okay. Once media days roll around, I'll stop with the crusade against the number system.
Okay.
Okay. Till then.
Who is the most appropriately numbered player on Auburn's roster?
Oh, that's a good question. I'll need to
say that for another day. I think it's Jay Crawford. An elite corner wearing 23 makes sense to me.
See, I think the corners need to be in the teens. I'll go Jeremiah Cobb. Jeremiah Cobb at 23. Running back number should play a big role in the. It's a prominent number for a prominent position. It's an appropriate number for the position. Jeremiah Cobb at 23.
Jackson Arnold wearing 11, I think, is strong as well.
I don't mind quarterbacks at 11 because I think about Stan White and he wore 11. I would prefer my quarterback in it with a single digit number though.
Weird.
I'd prefer 1 through 10. We went through this on a show a couple of weeks ago.
I'd like my quarterback. It was so bad. I couldn't stay focused. So
14 is not a bad quarterback number. 17 is not a bad quarterback number. I mean, there are some in the teens that work.
The greatest quarterback number of all time is 12. So
12. I know you feel that way. And Auburn didn't have Auburn didn't have bad 12s. You know?
No. 12 is a great quarterback number.
It's fine.
And I would feel that way if Tom Brady had not worn 12. I would still feel that way.
Okay.
It's the best quarterback number.
I don't mind, like, I'm willing to give a little bit on some of these.
All right.
But the fact that from yesterday's show, the fact that Auburn doesn't have a 55, that's criminal.
So sorry. I'm so sorry.
I
think that does it for today's show.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
We are so close to being out of time.
Little known fact, Andy Burcham, voice of the Tigers.
Yes.
His high school number was 55.
Wow.
Yeah. There you go.
My number and position would make you upset.
Okay. What was it?
I wore number 50, and I was a left tackle.
Okay. I mean, again, I'm willing to be flexible for some of these spots. 50 for an offensive line. 50 to 60. The 50s and 60s and 70s for offensive linemen. There's some flexibility there.
Got it.
Janai Broom's going to wear number 22, by the way, for the Sixers.
I'm so stoked for him.
Me too. Early second round. You mentioned that on yesterday's show. Projections had him early second round. How you doing?
I think that does it for today's show.
Okay. Because time's up. Other factors are necessitating.
I just want to say the first time I've ever needed to record with Child in the room with me, she did pretty good.
She did great. She didn't make an appearance on camera. Mine didn't make it 10 minutes the first time they were in the room with me.
She did pretty good.
She did great.
This really frees up some possibilities.
Celebrate. Absolutely. Reason to celebrate. Thanks,
My
everybody.
world opened up a little bit today.
It sure did. It is reason to celebrate. So
That's right.
get after it. Thanks, everybody, for watching. You could have watched a million other things. You chose this. We appreciate that. Subscribe if you haven't yet. We would appreciate that too. And comment. I'll read all of them. Zach won't, but I will. Remember, until next time, everyone has vices. Make sure Village Vice is one of yours.